You're a hunter. You're tired of Titans consecrating everything in sight. You want the precision, the speedy, cutthroat gameplay. You love Grapple. You love hurling yourself into the fray, deleting champions along the way. You love weaving gunplay with ability play and creating a loop with a hyper-mobile assassin. Here's the quick build. Prismatic Hunter with Inmost Light Syntheseps exotic class item. Flexible Kinetic. I've been using Patron of Lost Causes and Accrued Redemption, both with kinetic tremors. Fourth Horseman. Slammer with Eager Edge Cold Steel, but most Eager Edge swords will do. Cold Steel is just useful for champions. Silkstrike for your super. Gambler's Dodge, Triple Jump, Combination Blow, Grapple Grenade. Aspects are Winter's Shroud and Stylish Executioner. Fragments are Command, Purpose, Dawn, Protection, Solitude. Here's the armor and artifact mods you'll be using. Inmost Light Syntheseps isn't exactly innovative, and neither is Combination Blow, so I won't waste your time. Shorter video showcasing gameplay while I talk. The pitch is simple. Enemies are resources. You take out priority targets with very little lead up. You don't need to worry about dealing with champions. You can just punch, then shoot them in the face. Can Liar's Handshake do this? Yes, it absolutely can. But it with Caliban's has difficulty utilizing weaker enemies as fuel to keep going. By killing groups of weaker adds, you make it more difficult to keep up stacks and push further. Syntheseps provides a consistent buff to your grapple and a much smaller buff to your combination blow, which allows you to be a bit safer by being more aggressive. Guaranteeing a grapple melee kill without needing a follow-up melee is often helpful just to stay alive in tight situations. The other reason why I would use this build over a more focused 1-2 punch build is because it allows you to get champion kills without combination blow. You don't need 3 stacks, only the punch from Invis. Inmost Light might not seem relevant with combination blow and gamblers, but it gives you your grapple almost constantly, which I like. You could replace this with Dragon for easier reloads, Foe Tracer for more guaranteed kills, or even Galanor if you'd like more supers and orb production. Liars can replace Syntheseps. Here's the loop. You hurl yourself in with Eager Edge and Grapple, killing a lower tier enemy. Then, depending on the champion, slow, freeze, or just punch it before deleting it with Fourth Horseman. This covers every single champion. Is it that easy? Yes. Because you have Radiant from your punch, and your punch out of invisibility will weaken a champion, putting it to a point where you can one-mag it after stunning it, or finish it and dip back into stealth. The reason why this is so good is because it allows you to stay safer in higher stress situations while having the ability to deal with other threats. You can remain safe or move from position to position in order to find a better spot and deal with additional targets. The reason why I like this is because it is less reliant on teammates taking your kills or ending up with few enemies to use to stay safe. You have the mobility to push in and delete opponents with very little lead up, and the utility to survive in difficult situations. The more enemies there are, the easier it is for you to thrive. The more champions there are, the easier it is for you to deal with them. So this build can deal with every type of champion. It can deal with multiple champions very quickly, and it can move through a variety of areas with good tools to stay alive. It goes fast, kills fast, and feels stylish doing so. If a melee won't kill, having a sword means you can do a grapple melee into a sword heavy hit, which will put you invis if it kills. Having a grapple on such a low cooldown means you can use your tangles from your last grapple melee to get a free grapple off your own tangle. Look how fast these cooldowns are. You can deal with any champion with ease, just unloading into them with a quick burst of your shotgun after staggering them with a punch. It feels like you're dancing around enemies, weaving through them and then striking in an instant before vanishing. It feels like you have every tool at your disposal, and if you fail, it's about being able to do better next time. Or your teammate just shot the thing you were trying to melee, but that's usually remedied by going faster than them. That's the strengths, so what about the weaknesses? The weaknesses of the build are a lack of great ranged options. You can run a bow or a scout or a pulse, and these will help to deal with ranged enemies, but the majority of the build is focused around going in because that's what allows you to maximize the build's power. You sometimes have to get out of a bad situation, and that's where Grapple and Eager Edge help. If your teammates are sitting back, you might need to change tactics and only go in when it's safe. This build is intense, requires a good amount from you, and it feels really good to pull it off. For me, that's the difference in what interests me in a build. I want it to feel cool. Destiny has some of the best gun and ability play, and I want those to chain together in a gorgeous, fast, speedy loop. I want to feel like I am flying through enemies with a highly specialized build intended to take out targets. So, with that in mind, let's boil the objectives of the build down. Because you have access to a variety of tools, you can take on most situations with relative ease. You want to get in, and then use this first kill to capitalize on. Because Stylish Executioner makes your next melee from invis do significantly more damage alongside weaken, it's easier to push in and get another punch kill from combination blow. Sometimes it'll take 2 punches, but this is enough to kill a lower tier enemy. This puts you back into invis and lets you push in further. Barrier champions can be killed from full without any additional buffs by punching them from invis, and then firing Fourth Horseman into them with weaken on them and radiant on you, followed by a finisher or just going invis off of killing them. You can also grapple melee into a champion and immediately empty your shotgun into them, which may take a couple extra shots. Because of this flexibility, your decisions will look like this. Grapple in, prioritizing a red bar enemy. If the initial grapple does not kill them, use a punch or a finisher to go invis. Then, look for your next target. If it's a barrier champion, punch, unload, finish. If it's an overload champion, you can just dodge by them before punching, unloading, finish. If it's an unstop, you'll need to freeze or use an unstop weapon. Then punch, unload, finish. Because Winter's Shroud gives you damage reduction on dodge and your access to Woven Mail, you have great survivability. Don't be afraid to use your dodge to counter hits that would otherwise kill you or bring you low. Silkstrike generates orbs both from being a super but also from heavy-handed, allowing you to make quite a few orbs but also benefit from them to regenerate health. Because Winter's Shroud works in Silkstrike, you can safely stun unstoppable and overload champions by simply dodging next to them. When you're in crowded spaces, you won't have much time to reload. And the benefit of Facet of Command is that you can keep Fourth Horseman out after finishing a champion, and from there you can move on to punching and freezing ads. When your dodge freezes one, it'll give you a free reload. Facet of Solitude, on the other hand, is a multi-purpose perk. It allows you to go stealth from a distance, gives you another method of tangle creation, and helps reduce the damage you take, which can be useful for certain scenarios. Transcendence is more of an I don't have abilities up right now, so I will throw a grenade onto a boss to deal some damage or to stun an unstoppable champion or an enemy, allowing me to go invisible off the freeze/scorch kill. You use it a lot less, but it is useful when you do use it. As for substitutions, your kinetic slot is extremely flexible. You can run any weapon there you think will help in whatever situation you need. I like a ranged weapon just because if there's a situation where I'm unable to go in, this helps keep me safe. I like having an Eager Edge sword because it helps get in and out when need be. Also, you can do this cool little combo where you grapple, Eager Edge, and then grapple melee. But you can swap to an LFR if needed. Can you use a 1-2 punch build? Yeah, absolutely, you can. I'm not stopping you. This build isn't innovative, it's just fun. And I want to remind people that there's more out there than Consecration Titan. I also love Fourth Horseman a lot, and I wanted to focus on another shotgun-oriented build because this season really features them, and I love anti-barrier shotgun. Plus, if there's a shotgun-boosting artifact perk in Act 3, you can just come back here for the build. Have fun playing. Thanks for watching, and hit the like and subscribe button if you found this helpful. And have a good one.